Spokane police investigating a shooting that sent one person to the hospital. Tonight, the latest on the search for the suspect.
And an escaped Boise inmate accused of killing a man appeared in court as prosecutors seek the death penalty.
Warm and sunny right on through the weekend, despite the chance of a few thunderstorms on Saturday.
Joining us for KREM 2 News at 5, I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. Thank you for being here. We start with breaking news at this hour. Police are searching for a suspect who they say shot another person twice on North Monroe this afternoon.
We are tracking the latest developments from police right now. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley has been on the scene all afternoon. And Amanda, are there any updates on the suspect at this hour?
Well, Mark and Whitney, Spokane police have not made any arrests at this point. They are continuing their search for the alleged shooting suspect. Now, I'm on the intersection of North Monroe and Mansfield. At this gas station behind me, this is where Spokane police found the victim with 2 gunshot wounds. Now, SPD says the victim called 911 and reported the shooting around 12:15. They were taken to the hospital, and police say they are expected to recover. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, which means police aren't able to share much information right now. Now, within the hour of the shooting this afternoon, the search for the suspect led Spokane police and sheriff's deputies to Spokane's South Hill. Police blocked off a portion of Ray Street while officers searched the area. We were there as officers called out on a loudspeaker saying you are under arrest and instructed neighbors to stay in their homes. Within 20 minutes, all law enforcement cleared the area. Again, no arrests at this time. Police are continuing to search for this suspect. Monroe was closed for a time, but it is now fully back open. There are still several details we don't know the answer to of what led up to that shooting. There was also a truck here in the parking lot that investigators were collecting evidence from. We don't know who owns that truck, but as soon as we learn those details, we'll update you here on KREM. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. In other news, a Boise inmate accused of killing a man while on the run from prison faced a judge today with a new high-profile attorney.
Skyler Me is now facing the death penalty, and he is being represented by the same attorney who is defending accused Moscow murderer Brian Kohberger. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy traveled to Nez Perce County today to learn more.
Skyler Me's arraignment lasted less than 10 minutes, but this will be a huge case in Nez Perce County. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Court records show Meade was indicted by a grand jury in Nez Perce County back in June for the first-degree murder of 83-year-old James Monty. Though homicides and death penalty cases are somewhat rare in this county, I did speak to prosecutor Justin Coleman, who handled a death penalty case just last year for a man accused of killing a woman and her son. That case ended in a plea agreement and life sentence. Coleman says Meade's attorneys, Rick Cudahy and a familiar face, Ann Taylor, are both certified to handle death penalty cases. And in another familiar move we saw in Taylor's defense of Brian Kohberger, Meade did not enter a plea.
To the charge of murder in the first degree, are you prepared to enter a plea at this time, or do you wish to have a delay in that plea?
Your Honor, he intends to stand silent.
Right. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Judge Michelle Evans entered a not guilty plea for him. Meade will serve a life sentence for his prison escape in Ada County. A trial date has not been set, with Meade due back in court in September for a status update. In Lewiston, Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
A federal grand jury has indicted the Pullman dad accused of kidnapping his daughter and taking her to Mexico, and indicted his father as well. Aaron Ong was due in court today for a hearing, but it was waived following the indictment. James Ong is due in court tomorrow. Aaron Ong is in the Whitman County Jail for an international parental kidnapping charge. According to a federal criminal complaint, the FBI and Border Patrol found photos and videos of Ong crossing the border on June 1st. That was 2 days after he was supposed to return his daughter to her mother. He was found in Mexico with his fiancée. Ong's father is expected to be in federal court tomorrow.
Tonight, the Spokane Fire Department is confirming that more suspicious fires were set on Spokane South Hill overnight. 2 small fires were set behind the Ace Hardware on Regal. These images from one of those fires just came into our newsroom here just a few hours ago. Another fire was also set just across the street from there in an empty field, which is actually right next to the KREM 2 studios. Spokane Fire has confirmed they are investigating tonight. Early this month, we do know that a teen was arrested for a separate arson that was set at Squeaky's Car Wash on the 29th Street. That is just down the street from the newly set fires. The 13-year-old suspect was arrested after being seen in that area. 2 other fires were also set behind the Ace Hardware in early July. There was no damage to the store. Spokane Fire has not confirmed, though, if this series of fires is connected to one suspect.
All right, taking a break from headlines to talk weather. Calmer weather settling in across the inland northwest, along with some breezy winds today.
All right, so for what we can expect throughout the evening and into tomorrow, our Friday, let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo.
We're at the point where we are close enough to the weekend that it's no longer weird to ask people what they're doing this weekend. Usually I walk into work on Monday and I'm like, oh, you guys got any weekend plans? And they're like, hey, it's Monday, don't do that. So feel free. 90 degrees as we currently sit. Dew point sits at 44, relative humidity of 20%. Still an awesome bit of numbers. You're going, really? What are we talking about? We're talking about the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. That relative humidity number drops into the teens or single digits. That's really bad news for fire danger. Right now we sit pretty okay. Emphasis on okay because we don't have the same pattern that would cause crazy fires, but still don't light anything on fire because I don't want to be smelling smoke. Cool. Thank you very much for coming to my Jeremy Talk. When we head through the next couple of days, expect everything to pretty much stay where it's been. Air quality sits at moderate or in the low 50s, and most of the smoke stays down to our south or off to our north or out to our west. For us, we're pulling in air from the east. That's about as clean as it gets right now. Tomorrow we'll see some showers over the Cascades, some of those in the northern part of Washington. Then Saturday we get another round of that. That moves in later on Saturday afternoon. We likely see a few stray showers here in Spokane or eastern Washington and North Idaho Saturday evening. Sunday, mostly sunny as those showers move into the mountains.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris have agreed to a debate next month, with Trump proposing 2 other dates.
ABC will host the September 10th debate, and Fox and NBC would host the others. Harris, though, has not yet responded to the proposal for the September 4th and 25th debates. Trump also said the campaign has agreed to have Senator J.D. Vance face off against Governor Tim Walz in a vice presidential debate on CBS. All of this comes as Harris and her running mate Tim Walz rallied with auto workers in Detroit today.
While former President Trump held a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago home, the United Auto Workers have endorsed Harris and are planning to deploy union members across Michigan to help her win the state. Harris has picked up momentum since securing the nomination and naming Governor Walz as her VP choice, drawing thousands to hear her speak during the start of the campaign swing.
Trump says Vice President Harris stole the nomination from President Biden, but he also says he is happy to be facing her instead.
All right, still ahead on KREM 2 News at 5. One Spokane Stadium set to host several summer events. Coming up, a look at all the preparations.
Plus, the Pioneer Fire burning near Lake Chelan is shifting dangerously close to the town of Stehekin. An update from the fire lines as residents refuse to leave home.